and accurate.
Yeah, it is very accurate. Very accurate for you.
Are you proud about that?
Absolutely. I'm not like I'm not a brainiac, but like I'm not smart, but I'm not an idiot. I'm somewhere in between that.
That's good. That's good.
And it's called a realization. You know, you got to accept who you are.
I'm 100% with that. I know that.
And yes, Ashton, were you able to get that poll up?
No, because you didn't really give me a poll. You just said, "Can he eat 12?"
What are you talking about? I nailed the poll.
You did.
The poll was nailed.
You gave me
a exactly.
paragraph.
Have you seen Wildy and Tausch's Twitter feed?
If
their
you want
polls
us to
are
like
like
Tausch,
paragraphs.
that's fine. We can do that if you want that.
No, the poll is Craig Karmazin will be at a diner for 24 hours. For every pancake or waffle he eats, 1 hour will be subtracted. Over under 11 and a half hours that Craig will be. And you could put, the over under. You don't have to put all that verbiage in the text. Like, come on, is this the first time doing it?
You know the thing about probably is his first time in a long time. You know the thing about Craig? The thing about Craig is the fact that Craig thinks he's a competitor, right? He's one of those people who had dreams of being in the NBA or being a tennis champion where, it just didn't work out, and he blames his genetics instead of blaming the fact that he just ain't got it.
That's
right?
real talk,
and
though.
So I honestly think that Craig will get there, and his competitive spirit will come in, and he's going to start just pounding through some of these. That's why I think he for sure will be over.
We will be back live from Tsunami Express. We are working on the echo that all of KBN Nation is telling us
good.
to
My
fix,
bad.
which... Yeah, no, all good. All good. Oh, wow, the echo is fixed, but still, we'll be back because we got a lot of talk to KBN Nation about, whether it be Brad coming up with a produced poem. I love a Brad special.
Yeah, it is.
And Kyle thinks the humbling of the Broncos joint practice is exactly what this team needed. We got a whole lot to get to live from Tsunami Express. Don't go anywhere. It's Kyle Brust-Norman hanging out with you, KBN Nation. We'll be back.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do this. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Dog.
Need any Homer, one?
Yeah.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we
Nobody's
go.
as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Discover a new generation of Audi featuring the all-electric Audi e-tron models. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires August 31st of 2024. Stop in and test drive today. The Summer of Audi sales event is here. Check out our website to see our current qualifying inventory. Start your adventure at Zimbrick Audi of Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Get your choice of a 2-topping personal pan pizza, a half melt or a full melt, and your choice of either boneless wings or fries. It's the ultimate solo meal starting at only $6.99. Craving pizza and wings? You got it. Want melts and fries? You got it. Because this meal is all about you. Perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner for one, or anytime you're on the go. Head to pizzahut.com to order your My Hut Box today. That's pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, now is the time to beat the heat with a refreshing new shower or bath from Kohler Services. A family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get zero interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Stoughton Health, in collaboration with patient and family advisors, seeks to advance the healthcare experience at Stoughton Health by providing a forum for past patients and families to provide feedback on a variety of healthcare and other related topics. Advisors offer constructive feedback on their personal journey at Stoughton Health, helping to elevate the patient experience and increase satisfaction. Interested? Please call Amy at 608-873-2308.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Gotta put your back into it. You gotta put your back into it.
It is Kyle Bruston Nortman live from the Tsunami Express Car Wash at Fond du Lac and Capitol. I'm Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, and the man of ESPN Milwaukee, and I'll include him in Madison because Jesse Nelson and him are best friends. It's Ashton Rotman running the show. What up, Ashy?
Just for that, I'm not talking to you. I don't know why you got to be rude to me. I'm just
in such
I'm so
a good
nice all the
mood.
time.
I
Brad
love
doesn't
your.
treat me like this. Kyle doesn't treat me like this. I fix an echo that I screwed up. I should say, hand up. That's on me. And unbelievable, you just compare me to Jesse, who, by the way, has been a delight this week. Oh, God, did I say that out loud?
Oh,
wow.
geez. Scratch it from the record. 800-990-3776
I love
on
Jesse.
YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You are the only person in the world other than his wife who feels that way. But you also felt a certain way that upset some people because you said you were upset with the way the Green Bay Packers practiced in their joint practice against the Broncos. Now, this was a week ago today, actually.
It sure
I believe
was.
it was Friday.
It sure was.
And yesterday was a great joint practice, it seems, for the Packers heading into their preseason game tomorrow. And I don't expect starters, but what is your takeaway? You know, you can be specific about the Broncos. You can talk about whatever you want because this has been an interesting training camp for the Green Bay Packers.
No, it has been an interesting training camp for the Green Bay Packers where we had some ups and some downs. The defense seemed to be a little bit more consistent than the offense, and there was a lot of question marks around the offense, and we were all looking forward to the joint practice against the Denver Broncos last week in Denver because it was an opportunity for us to see the Packers that have a lot of high hopes for this season, against a meh Denver Broncos team. So the expectation was what, Brad? The Packers go in there and what they do to the Broncos?
They're going to stomp them.
They're going to stomp and take care of business against the Denver Broncos. But when reports came out, it turned out that the Green Bay Packers were the one who got absolutely spanked and got their butts kicked. And a lot of us were upset and frustrated with the Packers' overall performance. And then it was followed up by another lackluster performance in the preseason game on that Sunday. Hindsight, now looking back, with the way the Packers performed yesterday, I am so happy that the Green Bay Packers had an opportunity to get a spanking. I'm happy that they had that lackluster performance. I am happy that they got beat up by the Denver Broncos because what that did, it allowed for Matt LaFleur to tell these guys, this is what happens when you go out there and you don't practice hard. This is what happens when you practice like dog boo-boo, you play like dog boo-boo. And so this was an opportunity for the Packers to respond, and that's exactly what they did. They got some humble pie, and they responded in a good way, and they beat up on the Baltimore Ravens team that is one that has Super Bowl aspirations just like us. This is the best thing that happened to the Packers.
Kyle. Okay, easy with the powerful stuff.
That was powerful.
Okay, my thing with you is, do you ever think that maybe, like, you know how some people say, before you talk, take a deep breath, think about it, right? Have you ever been told take like 8 deep breaths? Because hearing you today, 1 week later after being that upset, maybe you could have had the mindset of, you know what, this is good. This is a young team. They need to get beat up. But instead, it's always, you need to be more proactive with your Packers, right? What did I say about on Monday? You guys were like, this has been pathetic. Kyle said he feels worse. And what did Ben Bruss say?
I don't care.
I don't care because the training camp works itself out. We were acting as – I feel like you were acting as if this team is the team heading into the season last year. They have brought, as Jason Wilde – I thought Jason yesterday was wonderful in painting the picture of how when we talk about this Green Bay Packers team, they brought in veterans. Josh Jacobs, veteran. Jordan Love, we forget that he's been in the league 5 years. He knows how this works despite only being a full-time starter for 1 year heading into a second season. They brought in Xavier McKinney. Preston Smith is a veteran. Kenny Clark's been here since he was like a teenager, it feels like, because he was so young when they drafted him out of UCLA. There are veterans on the defense. There are a lot of investments on this team. Sure, the wide receivers are young and the tight ends are young, but there is a core of the team that has experience. So I just feel like we don't need to react to this team like they're babies. I feel like they're maybe a little bit more ahead of where we're at and sometimes how we treat them. But we got to remind ourselves as well, it's okay to hold them to a high standard, but taking some bumps can be good for any team.
Yeah, you're right, Ben, that there are certain veterans on this team that can help lead the ship and steady things when things seem like they're going awry. And, as I reflect on how the Packers have responded to their time in Denver, and Kyle Wallace saying that this was a good thing for them, I was more toward Kyle's side of like, man, they can't allow this to be their standard. This can't allow the Green Bay Packers to think they're okay. It all depended on how they were going to respond to it. Guys, you guys know me as the studious guy that doesn't, do bad on tests or things like that. My first round of exams in college at the University of Wisconsin, it was bad.
I wonder why.
No, bad to me was like C's. I was freaking out. I thought I could do the same prep that I did in high school and just do that in college, and no big deal, right? What I realized quickly was that if I wanted to take it to the next level, I needed to change my ways. And then through that first wave of midterms, I said to myself, oh my gosh, I can't just study the night before and go take the exam. I need a week. I got to study a week beforehand to be ready.
No, he's on his
I got ready, and I got the same degree, and we ended up in the same place that I did it 12 hours before the test.
And I'll enjoy my time in the library. But the Packers, what they needed to do, they needed to go through a wave of midterms. They needed to get some C's on some midterms so they can look to themselves and say, okay, Jordan Love saying, hey, we didn't do the details right. We didn't prepare the right way. They needed to go through that so that they could look at it and say, we need to change our approach. And now on the final exam, they look at it and say, okay, this is much better. Now this is who we are.
Week. It's not even close to midterms. Midterms are about midterms are real. And that's when the season comes.
Okay,
and there are going to be times where they need to go through some C's in the season to come out on the other side of that, because every team goes through adversity. But to act as if like I feel like we're talking to this team like it's the regular season. We have overhyped how much the value of training camp is for this team on a couple of reactionary stances from Kyle, let's say, in practice.
But I understand that. But if you're trying to be a championship team, you're trying to get to double-digit wins, you got to start fast. Like, if you want to get to 11, 12
wins. Well, it looks like the Ravens aren't going to win the Super Bowl because they lost the joint practice.
No, okay, that's a bad example.
You need to not look at. You need to look at trends. How is this team trending?
Exactly, because, again, we need to focus on the fact that, yes, the football team finished strong last year, but we cannot ignore how they started the season last year as well. They are in their maturation process of taking the next steps. You can't compare us to the Ravens. You can't compare us to the Bills. You can't compare us to the 49ers. You can't compare us to the Chiefs, because we know what we're going to get from those football teams in the regular season, because they have done it year after year after year. We are still looking to see what Jordan Love can consistently do year after year after year.
Which is why there's going to be bumps in the road to not overreact to on a bad practice.
No, you're going to be bumps in the road, but you want an early opportunity like this for your team to get humble. When Matt LaFleur can go to the locker room after a training camp and after a preseason game and say, listen, fellas, you need to look into the mirror. You need to ask yourself, did I give maximum effort in practice leading up to this game? This is the time that you get to call out guys, and then you get to evaluate how they respond. And there is nothing better than being able to
– 1 week later quarterback right now.
But no, it's better. It's good for them because now Matt LaFleur can always refer back during the regular season on a Wednesday. If he doesn't feel like they're giving the effort they need to in practice, he can blow the whistle, tell everybody to stop, and say, I've seen this before, fellas, and we know how it ends. We know how it ends. We know the effort that we need to put in order for this football team to be great. So I am so excited that the Packers played against a team that they are better in than the Denver Broncos and got beat up, and then played against a team that they may not be as good as in the Baltimore Ravens and were able to hit them in the mouth. It's about how you respond, and the Green Bay Packers responded well to Matt LaFleur, and it's going to pay dividends. These last 2 weeks are going to pay dividends for the Green Bay Packers this season. You can mark my words on that.
And my question is always, who is this team? What's their identity? And that does change on a year-to-year basis, even if you have some anchors that are still there.
I got a question for you, Brad. At any point in your NFL career, did you feel like 2 weeks of the preseason determined this? Did your coaches go back and be like, remember that? Remember the preseason when you guys had a bad practice and then you responded? Did any of your coaches ever cite the preseason as making you better for the season? No, because it's fluff. It's fluff. And it's for the team to start getting ready for games. And Kyle is a perfect example today of how he overreacted to Friday, and now he wants to come on the air and say this is the best thing that ever happened to the team.
It is.
The best thing that could happen to this team.
It is a learning lesson.
It's a learning lesson, but he's already putting it's the best thing that happened to this team before we even see them play games. Last year, you would say the best thing that happened to this team was going through a tough time and coming out of it as the youngest team in the NFL. That is more like 10 million times more significant than bouncing back in training camp.
They are going to face adversity again in this season, Ben. What I'm saying is this. Going into this football season, they believe their stuff did not stink. We thought the Green Bay Packers were sure, they're going to win 11 games. They're going to be this. They're a surprise team for everybody. And they were buying it. They were buying into their own hype. They were buying into the press clippings. They believed what everybody else was saying about them, not realizing that you always have to be locked in and do the work. They're going to get humbled again during the season. But I'm glad the first humbling came now, because when they start against Philly and they start this football season, I feel better about them for sure starting off 5-0 versus starting off 2-3.
How about look at that. Whoa, the Ravens joint practice. We got a 5-0 Kyle Wallace.
Well, as a follow-up question, would you rather prefer this route or from start to finish looking crisp? How would you feel better going into week one? Going through a low to come out on a high, or just looking good the whole way through?
Again, with the weight of this syllabus in my mind being like 1% in my brain of what training camp and preseason means, either one is not going to affect the season in the significant way that sometimes we make it feel on these airways.
I just like it for a young football team. I like for a young football team that does not know exactly what it's like to be in the NFL year after year after year, for them to be able to have that reality check early on, right? Because when you're young, you're inexperienced, you're naive, you think you know everything. This was a great opportunity early on for them to know that they don't know everything. They need to follow what Matt LaFleur and what Jeff Hafley are trying to do with them every single time they go out on a practice field and a game field as well. So, again, I feel great about the fact that they got hit in their mouth against Denver and the way they responded against
Baltimore. The good news is, Kyle, you may have called Jordan Love selfish, but you guys do have something in common. You represent a great local company in American Family Insurance.
We sure do, and I'm sure there's many people out here at Tsunami Express who also are protected by American Family Insurance. And what I love about them is that you can get an insurance quote today. Absolutely today with American Family Insurance. They have all different type of coverages you can do. You can get car, you can get home, you can get life insurance. You can bundle your home and your car insurance as well. They will take great care of you, and also when you bundle, you can save a lot. So if you are thinking about changing for your home insurance, or you're about to buy a new car and you need to get some car insurance, make sure you visit amfam.com today, amfam.com today, because when you do that, you can get a quote right there on the spot, or you can find an agent right near you. Visit American Family Insurance anytime and every time, because they will take care of you. Dream fearlessly.
Insure carefully.
Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
I didn't even have
amfam.com today.
Kyle Bruston-Nortman live from Tsunami Express Car Wash, Fond du Lac and Capital in the Milwaukee area. If you're in Madison or Beaver Dam, it's free car washes. So if somebody from Madison or Beaver Dam drives for a free car wash, I will offer to vacuum as part of that trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that treat?
Yeah, it's a treat. Take my shirt off. I can be like, we're getting
you always go too far. Nobody asked you to take your shirt off, man.
I want some sun.
I'll do the windows.
Brad will do the windows. I got the vacuum, and
I'll put
Kyle
air in the
will.
tire.
We'll
I'll
put air in the tires.
How about that?
If you drive from Beaver Dam or Madison, you let us know. And I'm going to need your driver's license because I don't want somebody coming from Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
I'm from Madison and Beaver Dam. Start cleaning. Start cleaning.
But it's free air, free vacuums.
Yeah, no,
Makes
it's
it
all
great.
great. And
Everything
a
you need
free
here.
car wash. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I don't care if you're from Beaver Dam or Madison. Hang out
worth
with us
the trip.
and get your windows done by Brad and the tires by Kyle. And I don't know if I trust Kyle, and I'll vacuum the crap out of it. What I will say is typically this is everyone's favorite segment coming up next, but Ashton Rotman's producing, so it likely will be the worst segment of the show. Ashton Rotman, you're next, baby.
What are we doing?
Already relevant or becoming relevant or anywhere in between. You get to choose what the title is. How about that, buddy?
Great. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
He now is off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against
what else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. You choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25 grand in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paceBig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through August 31st, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24-pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
With the incredibly spacious 3-row Chevy Traverse, you can change
Let's just meet at the concert.
into
Why don't I pick all you guys up on the way?
the advanced safety engineered Chevy Blazer EV lets you turn. You think we should turn back? Into full steam ahead. And with the affordable Equinox EV,
Keep an eye out for the next Charger, kids.
becomes
Get comfortable, kids. We'll be home in 4 hours.
for summer adventures, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time. Add Brewers games to your after-school plans with the $9 student special tickets, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Every weekday, high school and college students score Brewers tickets for as low as $9. Get yours at brewers.com/students. Milwaukee Brewers Baseball and Miller Lite.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin.
Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
We are live from the Tsunami Express Car Wash, Fond du Lac and Capital. And as I mentioned, if you drive from Beaver Dam or Madison, Brad will do the windows, Kyle will do the tires, and I will vacuum up because they got these stations after you get the free car wash. Now, if you're in Milwaukee, just come get the free car wash because it's close to you.
Yeah, my brother came, my mama coming.
Great KBN Nation member just stopped by. Told us a joke I can't say on air that I really appreciated.
Oh, wow.
Funny joke. You missed that one. 800-990-3776. Kyle, Bruston, Nortman here with you on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Typically, it's been Alex Strofe and becoming relevant. We've called it already relevant with Chris Larson. With Ashton Rotman, it's just going to suck. That's the name of the segment. Here we go.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
That's some really good imaging. I don't know what executive producer.
Who made that?
I don't know, but that sounded really good. So if anyone wants to know what I do, that's it. It was that right there. I do nothing else. All right.
It's great, Ashton.
Thank you. I
Shut
appreciate
up, Brad.
that. No, thanks, Brad. I appreciate that. I love the sunglasses, by the way. Ben, I wish you had them on. You'd look
Thank you.
much
Tsunami
better.
Express, baby.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Just a couple of questions as we go through the weekend and football starts allegedly. So just out of curiosity, do you guys know who's playing in the game tomorrow in Dublin?
I think Georgia Tech.
In Florida State?
Yep.
That's accurate. I couldn't have told you that if you asked me. That if you told me I got $1 million, I would not have been able to tell you that until 5.
Are you still a Coach Prime guy? Are you still rocking the Colorado gear?
Prime all the way. Yes, I don't know their schedule off the top of my dome, but yeah, I'm Coach
Prime all the way. Don't know who they play.
I'm Prime all the way, but I'm Coach Prime. I'm not Colorado. I'm just Coach Prime all the way. So the minute that actually let's here'll be the second one. Does that make me a bad person and just a bad fan of anything in sports if I'm just rooting for Prime? I have no reason to. I don't know anything about Colorado's school. I'm pretty sure Shador's still there, right? He might still be there. I don't know.
He is.
Yeah.
He is still there. It's Shiloh.
I don't think so at all. I love it. I mean, whatever gets you on board, whatever makes storylines compelling in college football, I'm all for it. Listen, if Colorado's on, I'm tuning in. I find it fascinating. If that's what brings you in, you want to root for them, why not root for them?
I will agree that Coach Prime early in the season had the whole world rocking, had all the stars, the Magos, Lil Wayne, and everybody was out there trying to see Coach Prime in Colorado out of all places. So I absolutely love it. I wish the best of them.
Well, and I remember Colorado in the 90s being a juggernaut, and then they just disappeared.
Cordell Stewart!
It's kind of fun to reclaim any sort of reputation that they had a couple decades ago.
Yeah, it's going to be all over when Coach Prime goes to Florida State.
Yeah.
All Badgers all the time. Next.
I want to talk a little bit about this poll that I just finally got up there 16 minutes ago. Again, pat on the back to me, doing a great job today. GKB CEO Craig Karmazin lost a bet where his punishment is staying in a 24-hour restaurant for 24 hours with 1 hour being taken off for each pancake eaten. I don't want to talk about the results of the poll. I want to talk about the fact that, Brad, did you say you couldn't handle more than one?
No. I said, well, yes, today I found myself more than satisfied. I was like, man, if I had a challenge in front of me where I had to stack these together and maybe eat 6, 8, 10, I would be in rough shape. And I thought and I love breakfast food. So it has something to do with that. I had one today expecting my hunger to be still driven. And I was like, woof. I'm good. One waffle, I am good.
You know how debilitating it is when you overeat. And let me tell you, as somebody who lost 30-some pounds and still have some fat boy tendencies, when you overeat, you can't function. You cannot move. It is debilitating.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
Craig's old.
Especially when you mix in, if you you go to brunch too, and you mix in like a Bloody Mary or
a mimosa
or something, and then you're like, oh, and I ate. I'm just like, I need to nap now.
It humbles you so fast.
Yeah, see, the thing is,
You guys are
when I go
soft.
out to breakfast now, yeah, we are. I do the thing with the fiance where we get something like egg with potato and maybe fruit, and then we split the
Pro
sweet.
move. That's I take back the mean comment.
Yeah.
I said. That's a pro move. You always go, someone gets sweet, someone gets savory, and you share it. That's a pro move.
Well, and that's smart too. And the reason why this is such a brutal punishment is because I won't get too in depth on diet here.
Oh, here
but
we go.
The way that these like fast acting carbs are, man, it just kills you. It just totally kills you.
You're
so much better.
Back-to-back
to go
segments with dork comments.
So
wait till you hear the next segment with the poem.
I ate a whole bunch of Doritos before I.
Oh, Kyle.
Is that what my stomach feels now?
Yeah,
The fast?
Yeah. No, what do you think? The Doritos are going to make you feel good?
Well, they're good going down.
Good going down. I agree.
You guys always complain
Brad
about, my
says,
tummies.
no,
oh,
Brad,
my tummies.
I think about
I don't
this.
have any pity anymore.
You should be
My
proud of
tummy
me.
does hurt.
There was a whole thing of like 20 cupcakes at the office.
Oh, yeah.
I looked up and I said, minute on the lips, forever on the hips.
That's right,
And
Ben.
I didn't take a cupcake.
You let those cupcakes know.
The cupcakes weren't sweet enough. I had them.
Ben, you
Had them.
Yeah, how many is that? How many does that mean?
Honestly, it was thick. It was big, man. I only had one, and it wasn't sweet enough. I'm like, I don't know why kids would
It
eat
wasn't
this.
sweet enough?
It
Kyle,
wasn't
you're
sweet
30
enough.
you're
It tasted like it was
34-year-old
for, what are we talking about? People with celiacs.
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free. They tasted gluten-free.
Kyle, you're a 34-year-old man. You can't say a cupcake isn't sweet enough.
Oh, well, I tell you that way. If you tasted, you would have said the same dang thing, Brad.
Were they healthy cupcakes?
I don't. Listen, they
Yeah.
must have been.
Just next, Ash.
I got one final one. I am coming up to the big 3-0 coming up soon for my birthday.
Hey.
What day?
Well, that doesn't matter. My fiance is planning a party for me, and I just want it because she thinks she has to and should be doing this. Do I need to involve myself with the planning? Should I just say you got it? Give me some advice here on how I handle this.
If
this.
it's for
I
your
just
birthday
wanna hang out
and
with
you
my
don't
friends.
want it, just say, hey, I understand that you're doing this because you love me. I really don't want much to do with this, but where you need me, let me know, and I'm happy to fill in. But make it very clear, I don't want to do anything for my birthday because it's my birthday.
Should I
Wow,
be
that's
offended?
benefit.
Should I be offended that she doesn't want to bake me a cake and she wants to buy one instead?
Nah, not at all. Why would you have her
I'm
baking?
okay with
Is she a
that.
baker?
You're
I'm
the
offended.
chef.
Yeah.
You own a food truck.
I'm
You are a
offended.
good baker.
Yeah.
And so
I can't make my
she's
own
scared it
cake.
won't live up to expectations for you.
No, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that. I would never tell that out loud to her face, of course.
Is she good at baking?
That's a no.
That's a no.
so
That's a no.
So
She's
then you
got-
shouldn't be mad. Don't get mad at her for something that she might not feel
I'm not
completely
mad, I'm
confident
just
doing. You're
disappointed.
intimidating to live with, I'm sure,
What are you
in that way.
disappointed?
Oh, God,
you
no.
well, you got down on one knee and proposed to her. You are going to accept all the good and the bad that comes along with this great woman.
Well, he hasn't said I do yet.
I'm
Well,
going
he
to. I've
went
said
down
it
on one
70
knee.
times. Yeah, no, I'm saying
Oh,
it
wow.
every day.
You've already
Just-
said I do
Oh, my
every day.
gosh. What a
That
silly-
is the most Ashton thing of
Oh,
all
my
time.
God.
Do you realize he's the biggest wimp
Oh,
in
baby,
the
if we
world?
could do it today, I would do it today. Yeah. Come on now.
I'd
Ashton.
marry you over and over.
It's true, I would.
Make her chase you still a little bit.
I don't know how.
No,
I'm
that's
too
the exact
slow.
opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I got to chase. Let her
There's
know.
a reason why Brad is married, I'm engaged, and Ashton is engaged, and Kyle's saying, while you're engaged, make her chase you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the only
make her
person
know that
listening
you-
to is Brad.
I understand why, but I
Don't
still
get
feel like
complacent, baby.
I gave good advice for the 30th.
I thought that was great advice, Ben. What you got to do, Ashton, is just remind her that your expectations are minimal. Be like, baby, as long as I'm hanging with you, I don't really care. So whatever you want to do, I'm here for it. But I have no expectations because it is complete as long as you and I are together.
That's good. That's
All right,
good. I like that.
I'm going
Go
to
with
text you that
Brad's
right
answer.
now. I got it. I'm going to text you that.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's all I got
Yeah,
for this.
That'll take
Sucks.
some stress off her.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The segment Sucks is brought to you by Ashton Rotman as he's subbing in for Alex Strofe. It's Kyle Brust and Norman live from Tsunami Express. And let's see if Ashton can answer phones because it's Friday, and that means it's a Palermo's Pizza Friday. And as you know, I love frozen pizza Friday, and my fiance and baby daughter are on their way to a bridal shower out of town, which means I'm free tonight, which means I'm not going to want to cook or clean, whether it's the pizza bowl. I know I have a Supremus Maximus. I know I have a Boss Hog. I know I have a Thin Crust. If I want to have 2 of them, I can have 2 of them. I have everything I need. And if you want to win a Screamin' Sicilian Pizza Prize Pack, let's go with caller number 8 for Josh Jacobs. I don't know why I chose him, but I chose him. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776 to win a Palermo's Screamin' Sicilian Pizza Prize Pack. And I left this out on purpose because I wanted to end with it. You know I got one in the freezer. A Mambo Italiano. Mambo. Find your Screamin' Pleasure and call for your Screamin' Sicilian Prize Pack. 800-990-3776. Brad the Poet. He wrote a note to Michelle Smallman of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Wisconsin. Mornings you can hear them. She is the bachelorette of the NFL, trying to find her team. Green Bay Packers are of the 6 finalists. We gave a pitch to her. Brian Balaga gave a great answer yesterday. Now Brad goes to the lab to woo Michelle Smallman to become a Green Bay Packers fan. Don't go anywhere. Brad's production is next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what?
990
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Wisconsin volleyball is officially back. They had their first exhibition match of the season Tuesday night, sweeping the Bradley Braves 3-0. Middle blocker Carter Booth showed out for the Badgers, notching 12 kills on 14 attacks and recording 5 blocks. The regular season starts next Tuesday as Wisconsin travels to Kentucky to take on 6th-ranked Louisville. Listen to every match all season long on your new home for Wisconsin volleyball, 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Don't miss out on 0% interest for up to 60 months with no money down and equal payments.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do, pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Preseason football is underway, but you can also pick more or less on 2024 season stats on PrizePicks. Will Patrick Mahomes throw for more or less than 4,300 yards? Jordan Love, they have them all. Enter your season picks before week 1 kicks off. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on PrizePicks for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks, run your game.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I feel like I can trust Green Bay with Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love more than I can trust the combination of Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. Like, he's a coach that said he didn't have any answers to the tailspin that his team was in last year. They lost 6 of their final 7. They lost a ton of leadership in that locker room this year. I just don't know how you're going to replace that.
Unsportsmanlike.
Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Live from Tsunami Express Car Wash, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Get a free car wash through September 1st. They got free air. Great state-of-the-art equipment for you to vacuum up. Get it done, baby. Come on by Capitol and Fond du Lac. That's where it's free, baby. We're here live on site. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And like I had mentioned, if you come from Beaver Dam or Madison, you have a window washer in Brad Nortman, a tire guy in Kyle Wallace, and a vacuum guy in Ben Brust. We don't need your tips.
No, don't need tips at all. Just come on down and become a member here at Tsunami Express.
Hey.
Like, for real, though, before we get to the beautiful work Brad put together. Oh, disgusting.
Sorry. I was waiting for the
So good.
and exactly what I wanted.
For real though, this is so beautiful to see. Like, seeing all the people in the community come through the Tsunami Express and being able to utilize this. This is what's up, that this is here in Midtown Milwaukee.
You know, to see the cars go in, because we used to have the perfect angle of the cars going in dirty, then coming out clean and vacuuming. It's like a transformation. It really is. And people are just like, they're so jacked up for it, right? I mean, there's a sense of ownership that you have. Love to see it.
Yeah, and as we've been discussing on these airwaves, you hear Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Wisconsin in the mornings. That is 5 to 7 on 94.5 ESPN, 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Michelle Smallman with Evan Cohen and Chris Canty have talked about how Michelle is from St. Louis. She has lost the Rams due to the just rudeness from the owner, just ripping the team from the city and spitting in their faces.
Greed
will imprison us all. That's just a line from Rush Hour 2. But what I will say is we had her on. We gave her a nice pitch of why she should become a Green Bay Packer backer for life, finding her team. We had Brian Balaga yesterday. He said why she should become a fan of the Green Bay Packers, and he just talked about everything that everyone listening knows about the Green Bay Packers. And Brad put some art together, some literature together to write a poem. Do you want to preface anything before we press play?
Yeah, I'll just say that, for those who are faithful listeners of KBN, you remember me doing a Valentine's Day poem for your significant other that weaved in and out names. I didn't take that approach because this is Michelle Smallman. We need to introduce her to the team. So it's more broad-based, and I'll tell you what, this is the most complicated rhyming scheme that I have put together yet. Do you like me to describe the rhyming scheme?
No, let us feel it out for ourselves.
Okay. Well, there you go. Without
this
further
is
ado,
Brad Nortman wooing Michelle Smallman to the Green Bay Packers, or rizzing, whatever you want to say.
Rose at stake, decision to make. What future do you see? Hanging around in Titletown is where you want to be. The tundra's frozen for the Packer chosen, but winning keeps you warm. With cheese curds and brats and love throwing dots, we will weather any storm. Take my hand and join the party, home of the Lombardi. Your heart will be struck. Year after year, the Pack gives reason to cheer. And besides, the Bears still suck. Those other teams, they will crush your dreams. No need to further date. As tempting as they are, they'll leave a scar, especially the Jets, number 8. At Lambeau Field, let's save the date. Why wait? Welcome to fanhood bliss. Let's grow old in the green and gold. Those Rams you'll never miss. You have every reason to be a Packer this season. It's meant to be, surely you know. We will say it together, no matter the weather, right from your heart. Go, Pack, go.
All right, guys, what do we think?
Woo! I love you.
What do you think?
I loved it.
You are a magician.
Yeah.
Did you hit up your writer, uncle, or whatever?
Oh, no. Father-in-law?
Yeah.
No, I did not. This was all me, boys. This is all me. Complicated rhyming schemes. We did AAB, CCB with the rhyming scheme.
I don't know what
so
that means.
That means
Yeah, and by the way, Dick Van Dyke nailed this, by the way. 800-990-3776. Ashton, you're having a horrible day, dude.
Why?
Love the poem. The music is
trash.
awful.
Trash.
The music was
Trash.
horrible.
Trash.
Do not send that to anybody
I'm
of
gonna
unsportsmanlike
it's too late, I already
until
sent
you
it.
change.
No,
Well,
already sent
bring
it.
it back from the
Yeah,
cloud.
recall the message.
Yeah, bring it
please
back.
do.
Bring it back
What
from
you're
the
not
cloud.
going to do is embarrass us here in Wisconsin, because that's embarrassing.
I feel like I was trotting through like Wonderland.
I thought this was a connection to Ireland or something like that. Like, what is going on, Ashton? That was
Ireland?
terrible.
What was
That's
all
what
that
it sounded
music?
like.
It was very medieval. It was very medieval.
I want you to tell me what music you would have had, Ben.
I don't know, some
You're
with more
not Ben.
Packer
Like
vibe or
no,
Wisconsin vibe. or-
she is the bachelorette of the NFL right
Have
now.
you ever
Put some
seen it?
piano music. Put something like
love.
lovey-dovey, man.
Yeah.
You ruined Brad. Brad was great and you sucked.
The funny thing is, as we record, because Ashton has always made me feel like my work very good on the back end.
Eli.
And so I said, we were talking about after I recorded it with Ashton. I was like, Ashton, whatever you want to put it behind, I trust you fully.
Do you trust him still?
Yes.
Hey, look at that.
It
I
still
had a
sounded
lot
good.
of ideas.
Ashton.
It didn't work out how I wanted to, so I went with the old trusty searching for Shakespearean music, and that was what I got.
The tried and true.
No, we're going to have to do something about it. We tell
You
them
say
do not
we
air
like
that
you're
on.
going to do some work here,
No,
and
no,
either
because
of you,
this-
and you're not.
Ashton, this is a representation of KBN and also of Wisconsin as a state as
I'm
a
not
whole.
from here.
What
What does
you're
it
not
matter?
going to do is have my great Brad Nortman, my co-host, on national television, on national radio, with that trash music on the background to his beautiful, beautiful poem. That's what you're not
I
going to do. We're
figured
going
it
to
out.
fix this.
I figured it out. I apologize to Brad and Brad only. And I've also figured out that Kyle and Ben are jealous that they can't come up with something as creative as this. So now they're defending Brad for me potentially, hypothetically, allegedly messing it up. Is that accurate?
No.
I
no.
couldn't
Jeez,
hardly
talk about
follow
a
that.
spin zone there.
I know I can't come up with anything that good. I just want to make sure we look good.
Yeah, if he does something good, I want to make sure it's great. And what you did is you took good to just it was good.
That Renaissance fair behind music.
Can I be honest about the career?
Try it on Bang Over the Drum All Day,
Oh
Jock
my God,
Jam,
it's so
piano
lame.
music.
Oh, God. All we ever hear is that song. God.
Ashton is from Illinois. He's trying to sabotage you guys.
Oh, there it
Maybe
is.
he
Oh,
was
wow.
There it is.
getting her to choose the Bears. David
Super
in the
Bowl.
920 nailed it. You're such a loser. We'll be back in 2 minutes live from Tsunami Express. I'm glad you dinged the loser. Please fix the poem. And that is not the last time we were listening to that because I have lots of notes and I felt warm and fuzzy listening to Brad's words, not the walking around the forest hoping to find a flower.
Makes me think of Shrek.
Michelle. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Winter athletes, how are you getting prepared for the upcoming season? Total Athlete Performance is here to take your game to the next level. TAP will get you prepared with individualized speed and strength training sessions available in both the Verona and DeForest locations, as well as remote options. Since 2017, TAP has been providing elite performance training in the Madison area to help every athlete become the best version of themselves. Sign up for your free assessment at tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by ESPN Madison on YouTube. Watch all your favorite daily ESPN Madison shows, exclusive digital content, and live high school sports play-by-play. Subscribe today to watch ESPN Madison on YouTube. The Milwaukee Brewers continue their road trip after an unsuccessful stint in St. Louis, where they dropped 2 of 3. Tonight, they're out in Oakland for the final time before the Athletics leave town. Kind of sad. First pitch is scheduled for 8:40 Central. Aaron Savale on the bump for the Crew. Speaking of the Athletics Singular released their list of the top 100 transfer players heading into the 2024 college football season, and 3 Badgers made the cut. Jaheim Thomas was slated at number 36. Tyler Van Dyke slotted in at number 35 right in front of him, and John Pius was listed at number 29. Only 1 week until the Badgers kick off. Time to get excited, folks. But in the meantime, we have some high school football to satisfy your appetite as Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania rolls into DeForest for a matchup between the Norskies and the Lancers.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
In Fond du Lac, if you come from Madison or Beaver Dam for a free car wash, you have free window washers, tire pressures, and vacuuming from Kyle Brust and Nordman as we're live across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. And, of course, streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. A little birdie told me that somebody within ESPN Wisconsin is already working on changing the background music to Brad's poem. So when that is ready, we will reintroduce the poem for Michelle Smallman as she is searching as the Bachelorette of the NFL to become potentially a Green Bay Packer fan as they are part of the 6 finalists. Brad, great poem. I look forward to seeing the work that is done. You know, and that leads me to the next question here, because I think I actually want to hear from KBN Nation. 800-990-3776. Obviously starting with Kyle, our Packer backer, right? It's a very generic question. But as we go through the process of be Rizad, as Brad was rizzing Michelle Smallman with his words.
That's a great nickname.
I would love to hear what is the best part about being a Green Bay Packers fan, right? Because your responses could help curate, you know, something we toss along to Michelle. It could be winning. It could be the tradition. It could be tailgating. It could be community. It could be Sundays are like a holiday. Like, whatever it is to you, what makes being a Green Bay Packer fan so special?
Man, it's the moments. It's the magical moments that the Green Bay Packers have over and over and over, going all the way back to the Ice Bowl, or going to Brett Favre rolling out to the left but throwing back to the right side to Sterling Sharp, or is it, you know, Brett Favre in the Super Bowl after, you know, throwing a touchdown pass, running with his helmet off, Aaron Rodgers throwing dime balls or throwing Hail Marys, us just winning so many football games, but the great memories and the moments that the Green Bay Packers have given us as fans, I feel so spoiled. I know we haven't had all the Super Bowls that we want, but we've had 2 great quarterbacks, another quarterback showing that he's going to be great. It just feels so special. But all those great memories and moments that I had as a Packer fan is something that I would not trade for anything. We could have 4 more Super Bowls, but I still be like, you know what, I'd rather have these great moments.
I like that you said moments and memories, because Michelle, as a Rams fan, when she joined us on Kyle Brust and Ortman, what did she talk about? Greatest show on turf. Memories, you know, things that she could remember of her football fandom. Brad, as someone who played in the NFL in Carolina and in Jacksonville, as someone who grew up in Wisconsin, going on local television to talk about Charles Woodson, I believe.
Desmond Howard.
Yep. And how you loved, you know, his return game.
Heartbroken when he went to the Raiders. Desmond Howard.
Touchdown.
What do you think makes being a Green Bay Packers fan so special? 800-990-3776. You tell us as well.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I grew up here in Wisconsin. I was a huge Packer fan. I still like to see the Packers do well. It's hard when you played, and I played for the Panthers and the Jaguars, and my immediate loyalty, I still feel like, is to them, but I still really like seeing the Packers do well. It's hard to shake. I like seeing the Packers do well even when I was playing outside of my own teams. But, when I think about growing up here, I think about now viewing the Packers as a retired player. I've got 3 things that I wrote down that make it special. Number 1 is the fans. The one and only time I played at Lambeau, okay, it was my 3rd year for the Panthers, and we were good. They were good. It was supposed to be a good game in mid-October. Ron Rivera, famous former Chicago Bear. I thought he was going to go up there Saturday night before the game and be like, forget the Packers, forget Lambeau, like all this kind of, that's usually his mentality, right? Tough. You know what he said Friday night before the game?
What is that?
He said, boys, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. We're going to bring our A game tomorrow, but I want you to take a moment to soak it in. Because when he played for the Chicago Bears, he remembers getting offered beer and brats as a Chicago Bears by the Green Bay Packer fans. They're the nicest fans. It's a unique environment. There's nothing like it in all of professional sports. So I thought to myself, oh, wow, that's super cool. That's number 1 is the fans. Number 2, the loyalty. I look at Kyle Wallace, our Packer backer right here. Undying loyalty to the Green Bay Packers.
Ain't never switching up.
And I'm just going to be honest. Everything about the Green Bay Packers, whether it be no owner, whether it be it's in a small town of Green Bay, whether it be it's in kind of a rural area in Green Bay, rural compared to the other cities of NFL, it just feels organic. It feels like football the way football originally was thought out to be. So those are some of the reasons why I loved being a Packer fan as a kid and why I look at the Packers now and say, you know what, I see why it's so special for the state of Wisconsin, and if you're a Packer fan, to be identified as a Packer fan.
Yeah, you listed all the great things.
Was
that
there a
make
number
Green Bay
3?
So great.
Fans, loyalty, and organic.
Oh, organic.
Yeah, so it's just an organic. I just feel like it's football the way football should be. And I love Carolina. I love Jacksonville. I'll tell you right now,
sound
KB,
like Kyle Wallace.
If
I love Carolina. I love
That's how you know you love
well,
somebody.
But it ain't the Green Bay Packers.
When the Panthers played the Packers last year, when the Jags played the Packers this year, I'm going to be rooting for them. I'm not going to lie, right? But every other team I want to see the Packers do well.
I can't blame you. You got a paycheck from
them.
That helps fill that Nortman estate.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Packers haven't paid me anything, but those people did. So,
well, they paid you in memories. They paid you in greatness. They paid you in really, if it wasn't for the Green Bay Packers and the Wisconsin Badgers, you would not be the same Brad Nortman that you are today.
Well, I'll say this as a way to wrap up, and Ben, I want to hear why you've started to change your allegiances to the Packers because, look, it makes you love football, doesn't it? Whether it be the Packers and the Badgers. Growing up in Wisconsin, it's so easy to love football when those are the 2 teams you root for. And they aren't always the ones that always win, right? Talk about the Badgers lately. But it's not always the teams that win, just who they are, the culture and the character of the teams. It makes it so easy to love football.
All right, my answer is pretty simple. It is the passion. To me, it's the passion, right? And we even feel it as people who talk about the Packers every day, right? No matter from a Kyle Packer backer saying why Green Bay is great standpoint, if you are a Packer fan, part of this is you've had an opportunity to be spoiled with great quarterbacks over the last 30 years, right? You don't need to apologize for that. But despite the heartbreak, despite only 2 Super Bowls in the 30 years, it is all about the Green Bay Packers. When I moved to Wisconsin to be a Wisconsin Badger on the basketball team, I didn't realize that Sundays things were different.
Yeah.
People wear the same clothes. They go to the grocery store at the same time. They have their routines. And you don't mess with Green Bay Packers fans on Sunday. When I say mess with, you don't mess with the routines that they have. I know Kyle has them. I know it's just there's something different about the fan experience. And then I evolved from being someone who's living in Madison, Wisconsin, to then graduating from Madison, coming to watch the Badgers play LSU. I've mentioned this before. I had never been to Lambeau Field. When I walked into Lambeau Field, I had been to Soldier Field. I hadn't even been to a Bears game before, but I saw a soccer game like U.S. Soccer play a friendly. I was like, what is this place? This Soldier Field sucks. I walked into Green Bay, and I felt like there was a different aura, right? I hear the word aura a lot thrown around right now. It's like a buzzword for these kids. And the aura of just the feeling of championship vibes, you can't speak, right? It's what Ron Rivera said. Take it all in. Enjoy the moment. Like you don't go to other stadiums and you're like, oh man, you got to take MetLife Stadium in.
That's the truth.
You know what I mean?
That's
like you don't go to Soldier Field. Let's take that in. Sure, maybe like there's something cool about Levi Stadium in San Francisco with the rich history there, but like it's different in terms of the small market the whole state and everywhere in the country. There's a reason why at road games it feels like home games for the Green Bay Packers, right? So to me, as it evolved, right, and I've done some stupid stuff. I've done some stupid stuff that maybe made Packer fans mad, but it shows me how passionate they are over everything. Some lunatic could show up with a Aaron Rodgers jet jersey for Matt LaFleur to sign, and they will go on Twitter, and some of them wanted me to get hurt. I didn't like them. But the ones who just ripped on me and called me an idiot and what are you doing, that shows the passion of how much they care. I'm a nobody. I'm on the radio talking about the Green Bay Packers because I badgered Matt LaFleur like a little baby to sign my jersey. They took offense for their head coach, and they had his back. It is the definition of a Packer. Patting on Kyle on the back. Backer.
It is.
It's everything.
No, and what you feel is when you went to Lambeau for the first time, when Wisconsin played LSU, you felt the culture, right? You felt the winning. It is all absolutely contagious. And then overall, as a fan, over the last 30-plus years, we have been treated to some amazing football that affirm our love and our pride in the Green Bay Packers. So I know we talked about it before with Michelle when she joined us a couple of days ago, is that the trophy is literally named after Vince Lombardi, right? And so it just makes you just feel this sense of entitlement, this sense of greatness, this sense of passion that this football team is one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I know for a fact that I am blessed and fortunate to be able to say I am a Packer backer because I could be a Bengals fan, yuck. I could be a Vikings fan, yuck. I could be a Lions fan, yuck. I could be a Chargers fan, yuck. But I was blessed to be born in Wisconsin and have Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love as my quarterback. I am so lucky to be a Packer fan.
800-990-3776. What is the favorite part for you being a Green Bay Packer fan? And we got here because, as we've been talking, Michelle Smallman is looking to become an NFL fan again as the city of St. Louis got the Rams ripped from them from a greedy owner. And she has expressed her disdain. She got to give him a dirty look, she said, in person. I think she said that to us.
She did.
Powerful.
And Brad Nortman put together a wonderful poem to Michelle as to why she should become a Green Bay Packer fan. Now, with that, Ashton Rotman had bad production as Ernie in a barn chimed in and said, "What the bleep was that backup noise for the brilliant poem? I was expecting a platoon from the Civil War to appear on YouTube."
Oh, wow.
He texted that in.
That's
apparently, the powers that be, Ashton Rotman, running the show today on Kyle Brust and Nortman, has already put together a new version of the poem.
Okay.
Here is the poem from Brad Nortman. Hopefully that he is not trolling us with great background music behind the poem. Here it is.
Rose at stake, decision to make. What future do you see? Hanging around in Titletown is where you want to be. The tundra's frozen for the Packer chosen, but winning keeps you warm. With cheese curds and brats and love throwing dots, we will weather any storm. Take my hand and join the party, home of the Lombardi. Your heart will be struck. Year after year, the Pack gives reason to cheer. And besides, the Bears still suck. Those other teams, they will crush your dreams. No need to further date. As tempting as they are, they'll leave a scar, especially the Jets, number 8. At Lambeau Field, let's save the date. Why wait? Welcome to fanhood bliss. Let's grow old in the green and gold. Those Rams you'll never miss. You have every reason to be a Packer this season. It's meant to be, surely you know. We will say it together, no matter the weather, right from your heart. Go Pack,
go! Pack, go!
All right. That had better vibes.
Right to break, Ashton. Right to break. It still needs work, but I like it.
Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but
Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud?
Did they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers.